Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Chana and this is Jar of Fireflies. Here I make videos all about my life as an Orthodox Jewish homeschooling mother of 3. And today I will be answering your questions. All right, so I asked you guys on a recent community post here on YouTube to submit questions for another Q&A because I've just been getting a lot of questions again, and I am so excited. You guys, wow, again, with all the questions, I love it. You guys have such great questions too, like every time. Anyways, so we're just gonna dive in no particular order. I'm just gonna start going through and answering as many as I can in this video, and I'm sure we'll have to do another video because there were at least like 100 questions. So, I won't get to them all. As always, I won't get to them all, but I will do my best to get through as many as I can. Okay. Oh, and I do want to say, first off, I have gotten a lot of questions about the mikvah and like everything kind of surrounding that. So I am planning on doing a whole video series probably on that topic, but I want to really prepare for that and work out some details because I want to like actually show you guys the mikvah and things like that. So I'm working on that and it will come, so just bear with me and stay tuned. Okay, let's dive into these questions. All right, the first question, can we please get a Bella update? Okay, Bella is so fantastic. She is doing really well. We have put a pause on all of her training right now because I had such horrible morning sickness the first part of my pregnancy for the past like months and months and months. So we kind of had to just put all of that off, and we're still like working with her at home just on some very basic stuff. She's still getting her walks every day and things like that. So she's keeping up with what she's learned, and she's a fantastic dog. We love her so much, but we haven't started like the scent training for the diabetes at this point. And now with the baby coming soon, like who knows? So it'll happen one of these days. She's very eager to work. She loves her training sessions, and I'm sure she'll do fantastic when we get there. But I want to make sure that I can be really consistent with that training so that we're not wasting any time with that, hers or ours. So that is how Bella is doing. Okay, next question. What colors are you doing for the nursery? I want to make something for the baby. Okay, first of all, thank you. That is so kind of you. I greatly appreciate that. As far as colors for the nursery, I don't have colors. I'm not doing a nursery, actually. Several people asked about a nursery in general, and I'm not doing a nursery. My babies sleep in my room with me. I don't do like a whole separate room for them. So there are no colors. I will say we're just sticking with very like gender neutral right now. I'm really into like a lot of grays and things like that. So that's kind of what we're going with right now as far as like colors and things like that for baby. Okay, next question. What drew you to Orthodox Judaism? So I'll start by saying that I would encourage you to go watch my conversion videos because I do go into this in a lot of detail, like the whole journey to Orthodox Judaism and to Judaism in general. So definitely check that out. I will link to that in the description box below. There's like a 3-video series and some follow-up Q&As and all kinds of stuff with that. But just for the purposes of today, quick nutshell version. So I converted Reform, and as I started taking on more like religious things, like observing Shabbat a little bit more and things like that, it just really like grew my relationship with God, and I absolutely loved that, and I wanted to go with that, and so I kept adding more until I just kind of became this religious Jew and then converted to Orthodox Judaism, and here I am. Like I said, a lot more detail in those conversion videos though, so definitely check those out, and I will link to those below. Okay, next question. Do you wear a head cover at home when it is just your family? I have talked about this a lot before. I have a lot of hair covering videos. If you just search like Jar of Fireflies hair covering, they'll start to come up. But yes, I do. This question just came up so many times that I just wanted to answer it again. Yeah, I would cover my hair even if it was just me home by myself. So that doesn't happen very often. Usually not alone, but yeah, I cover my hair even when I'm home alone. All right, next question. How are you feeling? I am feeling tired, but good. I'm feeling tired, but good. I'm really happy that the morning sickness has gone away. There's very little nausea even at all. It has been replaced with heartburn, but that's okay. It's nothing that symptoms aren't fixing, so that's good. And yeah, but I'm feeling good. I feel like I have a good amount of energy to get things done that I need to get done, and I'm taking it easy when I need to take it easy and getting some rest. But I am tired, but I'm still able to do stuff. I'm not just like, I have to be in bed all day, you know. I wish, some days I wish. But yeah, that's how I'm feeling. I'm feeling good. Okay. If your children chose not to be Orthodox, would that offend you? I honestly can't say. I really don't think that that's a question that I can answer unless it was to actually happen. I hope that they continue on this path the way that I have raised them, but I will always love my children. There's no question about that. And I hope that I will always have a wonderful relationship with my children. That's incredibly important to me, no matter what path they choose in life. But as far as whether or not that would offend me, I think that's really hard to say unless I was actually in that position. But I don't think it would be offensive. I think it might be hurtful, but I don't know about offensive. I feel like that's kind of a strong word. All right. Did I miss something with the craft room change? Yes, kind of, not really. I didn't show it, but I guess I was nesting pretty hardcore the other day and I ended up totally rearranging in here. Here, I'll show you guys. So yes, basically I moved the bookshelves up here to the front. I put the table up here by the window and I moved my desk back here to the back wall. And then all the kind of artsy things I moved back to this wall as well, from like all the walls really. So that's all kind of in the back. Am I done changing it? I don't know. I felt like my chair was like too in the corner over here. So now my chair's like back here in this corner right there. Now I can like see out the window a lot more easily, and I don't know, it's nice. I like this change. I think we're going to keep it this way for at least a while, and I should probably quit moving bookshelves around. So yeah, definitely for a while. But yeah, because I wasn't quite sure if I was done, I hadn't shared it yet. I still really wanted to get like 2 big chairs to put in this room, but this room is not large, so that doesn't really work. So just because I want to do something doesn't mean it's actually going to happen. And I still wanted yellow chairs. I don't know, I found these chairs at IKEA that I really liked, but they weren't going to fit, and that was sad, but that's okay. All right, next question. What's everyone's favorite food, meal, and snack? That's tough. Okay, I think we all agree that we like pizza and sushi. And pizza and sushi is like a Jewish thing. This was weird to me when I became Jewish, but I'd like go to a restaurant and they'd serve both pizza and sushi. And I was like, I don't get it, but it's a thing. So yeah, pizza and sushi is like a fantastic meal. So I'd call that everybody's favorite meal or food. As far as favorite snacks, what do I like? It changes all the time. Like what my favorite snack is constantly changing. So, but the kids, I would say probably potato chips, and my husband for sure Bamba. So, next question. When is your due date? Summer. That's about as specific as I am going to get there for now, at least. I may say more later as we get closer, but for now I'm just sticking with summer. Pregnancy is one of those weird things where, like, for me, I would like to have a ton of privacy about my pregnancy, but then it's very obvious when you're pregnant. You can't really keep that private for very long. So especially with me, I get huge because I make giant babies, but yeah, so that's why I don't share things like the gender or my due date specifically and things like that, because I'm trying to keep something for myself, I guess. Okay, the next question. Oh, this is a good one. What happens if in the rare chance you are driving on the highway when Shabbat starts? Would you keep driving and ask for forgiveness? Okay, luckily this has never happened to me. This did happen though to a friend of mine where they were driving home and like they got out of work late or traffic or something and caused them to really like not quite make it home in time. So they just had to pull over in a parking lot and leave the car and then walk the rest of the way home. Luckily, it was not that far. They were pretty close, but they got to a point where they just couldn't keep driving anymore. So that's basically the answer. If you were really far from home, you'd have to hopefully try to get a hotel or something like that. so that you would have a place to stay. But you can't just keep driving and ask for forgiveness. I mean, I guess we have free will. We can do whatever we want, but that would not be the appropriate preferred solution. We definitely want to stop, just turn off the car, find a place to stay for Shabbat, or walk the rest of the way. And I'm not a rabbi. I am not a Torah authority by any stretch. I am just answering these questions from the best of my ability based on my knowledge and experiences. So if you have true halakhic questions, Jewish law questions, I strongly encourage you to contact your local Orthodox rabbi. Okay, moving on. Okay, next question. Did you investigate Orthodox Christianity prior to your converting to Judaism? I was actually asked this about a lot of different religions, Seventh-day Adventist, Messianic Judaism, what else? Noachides, Islam, many other religions. Like people would ask me, did you investigate like X religion before converting to Judaism? And the answer is yes. I looked into a ton of different religions before converting to Judaism. I was really struggling to find where my place was. And I tried a lot of different Christian religions as well. And in Judaism it was 100% home. I felt that it was really what was absolutely right and true for me. And that's what I wanted. But yeah, I did look into a lot of different things trying to find what I felt was right and true for me. So yes. Next question. Do you have an Orthodox doula? No, I do not. My doula is not Jewish. Not sure what she is, but she's not Jewish. And at least I don't think. I guess we didn't really talk about that, but I'm pretty sure she's Christian. She's very nice. I really adore her, and I have really enjoyed getting to know her through this process. But yeah, I've never had a Jewish doula. I've had a lot of different kinds of doulas. Actually, every one of my children has been with a different doula. It's just the way that it worked out. I would have loved to have the same one all throughout, but yeah, my doula for this pregnancy, as far as I know, is not Jewish. Next question. What laws does pregnancy exclude you from? So the first one that comes to mind, I guess, is the fasting. I don't have to do the minor fast days. I'm exempt from those, obviously for my health and the health of my baby. A major fast day, I would need to discuss with my rabbi whether or not I would be obligated to do that. I can't really think of many other laws that pregnancy would exclude me from. I know like around childbirth, there are exemptions for a lot of things around like Shabbat and things like that, because the childbirth comes first. As a woman in labor, you're considered like your life is in danger. So, you know, kind of anything goes. I had a C-section on Shabbat once. Like that is completely, totally okay to do. All right, next question. How will you manage homeschool with a baby? I don't know. We're just going to figure it out. I will say that babies are a lot easier to handle with trying to manage the other things going on with homeschool than with like a toddler. Toddlers are way more difficult because they move and talk and get bored really easily. Newborns and babies, they're easy because you can just feed them and let them sleep and things like that. They're a lot easier to handle while I'm trying to homeschool and do other things, but it's just going to happen. You know, I don't know, it's just going to happen. The baby is coming during the summer, so that I think is also going to be helpful because we don't do so much school during the summer. I know one of my kids is going to be going to camp. The other two are going to be home with me, but we're kind of doing like camp mommy, I guess, whatever you want to call it. You know, I'm kind of giving them a little summer camp experience here at home. So, but yeah, I guess we're just going to figure it out. I don't know. Stay tuned. The videos will show you in the fall how we're going to manage and how that's going. All right. The next question. Do you have a female OB? I do not. I actually have a male OB. He's the best doctor that I could find, and I wanted to have the best doctor that I could find. There's no problem for me to have a male doctor for anything that I am doing medically. It's, you know, we should choose whoever the best is. So, all right, next question. Do you go to a certain birthing center or hospital for Orthodox pregnancies? No, I just go to a regular hospital. I mean, I personally go to a hospital. A lot of people also ask that question. Where will I be giving birth? I give birth at a hospital. And yeah, but there's not like an Orthodox Jewish birthing center or anything like that. Okay, we are trucking through. This is great, guys. The next question, can females study scripture like males, or is that a male thing or a male responsibility? Yes, women can absolutely study the Torah or anything else that we went to, any religious texts. It's not an obligation to us in the way that it is an obligation to men. However, we can't live a Jewish life if we're not studying this stuff. We do need to study and learn these things in order to live a good Orthodox Jewish life and be able to follow the laws and have an understanding of Judaism and what it means to be a religious Jew. So while we don't have this obligation, we still need to. So yeah, we do really enjoy learning Torah. So that's, my brain loves this stuff. But yes, females absolutely can and do study. We tend to study different things. Men will typically study Gemara, women will typically study Navi, the prophets, but it doesn't matter. We all study both, inevitably. So, okay, next question. What is springtime like in Texas? Well, it seems to be this week. We sort of skip from winter to summer pretty quickly. There's not much of a spring or a fall here. It's kind of like more of a 2-season area, but this week feels like spring. It's been nice and cool and sunny and like beautiful weather to go outside. Some of the trees that bloom are starting to bloom right now. My kids are noticing this, which thrills me. And all the little leaves are starting to come back on some of the trees. So I anticipate a lot of green coming soon. I took my son on a hike on Sunday at this local nature preserve, just the two of us. And the trees were completely bare, but on the ground was green grass and wildflowers. So yeah, spring is really pretty here. It's just kind of short-lived. And then we jump into summer, but that's okay. Next question. Do all Jews eat challah? No? Yes? I don't know. I think that to make any statement, do all Jews do this or do all Jews do that, is really impossible because there are so many different kinds of Jews. There are completely secular Jews, they're just not religious at all, or even maybe participate in another religion. Then there's like these very, very religious Jews, and everything in between. It's a huge spectrum of Jews. So to say that all Jews do anything, to ask that question, I think it's not something. I guess it would be no to everything. But I would say most Jews do eat challah. It's your typical Friday night food. If you're celebrating Shabbat at all, typically there's challah involved. So I would say most probably do. I don't even know if that's fair though, honestly, because I don't know the percentage of religious versus non-religious or practicing versus non-practicing Jews. So, but I will say that probably most do. Definitely in the religious community, most Jews are eating challah. I know some Jews who can't have gluten and don't have access to gluten-free challah will skip, but typically it is what we do Friday night and Shabbat lunch on Saturday as well. So, all right, next question. Are there any traditions around the birth of a baby? Yes. I guess as far as the actual birth part, like, I guess what comes to mind more is like the naming traditions. Like, this is what comes to my brain first. So with a boy, we do the baby naming on the 8th day when we do the Brit Milah, the circumcision. And that is provided the child is healthy and able to do it there on the 8th day. And for a girl, it's done just the next time the husband can go to services when the Torah is being brought out, and they will do the baby naming ceremony there. So when our baby's first born, like, the baby doesn't have a name. Even if like I know in my head what the baby's name will be, we don't say it. Like, we'll leave the hospital with like paperwork that says baby boy or baby girl, you know, and we'll fill it in later. We'll go back and change it later once the baby has been officially named. So that's kind of a fun thing. Okay, next question. Will I take a break after the baby is born? I honestly don't know. I don't want to. I would like to keep filming and doing the videos. I'd like to maybe try to film some in advance so I have some content to post, but I don't know. I really don't know. 2 videos a week is a lot. For anybody who's made a video before, you understand this. Like, it's a lot of time filming and editing and doing the back end stuff and that sort of thing. So it is a lot to make these videos, and I don't know if I will need a break or not. I may just do some really short videos, or maybe pop in and do like a 5-minute update just to let you guys know what's going on. Or I may just totally take a break and be like, you know what, I need to step back for a week or 2 or whatever. It wouldn't be probably like an extended long break or something like that, but yeah, I don't know. I may just pop on and do a live. I don't know. I've never done a live before. Would you guys be interested in a live? Let me know in the comments. Okay. Next question. When your husband reads the book of Esther aloud, he kind of sang it. Do such sing readings have a fixed melody, or does the reciter make it up spur of the moment? Great question. So in my Purim video, you guys heard my husband reading the Megillah, the book of Esther. And yes, there is a certain melody. So he has to memorize that entire melody because it's not written there in the words on the scroll that he's reading. So he has to memorize it all, how it goes, before he goes and reads that. And he does have to read it that certain way. So that's kind of fun. So yeah, he worked really hard on learning that. Okay. Are we doing on time? We can do some more questions. Okay, good. All right, next question. Since your oldest is approaching the age of bar mitzvah, how long does it take to prepare? Is it alone or in a class? Are there rules about parties afterward? Some seem to be very extravagant. Okay, so we'll go back and tackle this one at a time. I'll start out by saying my son is tall, but he's super not close to the age of bar mitzvah. Not yet, not yet. He's only 8. He's just really tall. Like I said, I make the giant babies. So yes, my son is 8. So he's got another, 5 years, 4.5, 5 years before bar mitzvah. So we will start preparing for that, I guess probably about a year, officially, like about a year before his bar mitzvah. He will start learning like specifically for his bar mitzvah, and he will learn how to read the Torah portion for his bar mitzvah and things like that. Is it alone or in a class? I think it can be both. In my area, it's definitely, I think it's typically done alone. Alone meaning like with one other person, like a one-on-one kind of a situation, not like in a whole class full of people. Are there rules about parties afterward? I don't think so. None that I know of. It's something that you want to celebrate. You definitely want to celebrate this milestone in a child's life, young man's life. I guess they're become a man at that point, according to Jewish law. So yeah, you want to celebrate it. You want to have a good time. As far as some parties seeming really extravagant, yeah, some are really extravagant. So are some weddings and all kinds of other parties that people have. You know, you can have an extravagant birthday party. I guess it is kind of a birthday party, but but anyways, yeah, it doesn't have to be extravagant. I have been to very, very small bar mitzvah parties, and I've been to very extravagant bar mitzvah parties. And that's just, I guess, a personal preference for the family and the financial situation of the family and what the bar mitzvah child wants, as far as how the party is. I'm not a super extravagant person, so I doubt our parties will be super extravagant. Okay, next question. When you converted, did you have to deal with people who felt you were abandoning Christianity, and how did you handle it? Sure I did. I think it can be difficult for some people to try to handle or deal with people who have made a vastly different life decision than themselves, especially if they had previously made the same life decision. So yeah, that can be hard. It can challenge your own beliefs. So yeah, I totally had to deal with that. But I had to do also what was best for me. And I just had to focus on that like I was doing what I needed to do for me and what I felt was best for me. So I guess that's how I handled it. Next question. Do you cover your hair when you sleep? I personally do not. I do know women who do. Does covering my hair affect its condition? Yes, my hair is amazing. Like when it doesn't have all that like heat damage and product damage and sun damage, like my hair is phenomenal. When I take it down at night, I'm like, wow. So yeah, it definitely affects it in a very positive way for me. Okay, are there any rules about the style or length of your hair? No. I can do whatever I want with my hair. I can keep it long, I can keep it short, I can shave my head, I can not, like it's whatever. It does not matter what I do with my hair. And it changes a lot. My hair changes a lot. I know women who cover their hair but will still dye it fun colors. Like it's truly whatever we want to do. Okay, how does the Orthodox Jewish community deal with mental health issues? Can you get professional help? Yes, you can absolutely get professional help. That is not a problem. We see no issues there. It's fine to get professional help for whatever mental health issues you may be dealing with. Okay, I think we can do one more page of questions. Okay, The next question, I wanted to knit something for the precious cargo you are carrying, but I read it would be best to wait until after the birth because in your religion you don't give presents before the birth. Is this true? Yes. I personally would not give a gift to a friend of mine who is having a baby before the baby is born. However, like I am currently making a baby quilt right now for a friend of mine who's giving birth pretty soon for her baby. So I'm creating it now, but I'm not going to give it to her until later. And I've done that before with other friends who are pregnant. Like I will create a gift while they are pregnant, but then give it to them after the baby is born. We don't really typically do like baby showers and stuff like that. So we're not like giving gifts really before the babies are born. I have gotten gifts already. It's no problem. It's not an issue for me to get gifts. I just set them aside. So yeah, you are welcome to give a gift whenever you would like. And thank you for that. That is so kind and generous of you. Okay, next question. Can Orthodox married women show their hair to their children or only to their husband? Yes, I can. It's not an issue for me to show my hair to my children, obviously to my husband, even to other women. It's just typically we don't. At least the kind of, I guess, Orthodox that I am, we typically don't. Like, and my kids totally see my hair. But like I said, I keep my hair covered around the house, so they're not seeing it very often. They're seeing it more like if they're coming in while I'm in the bathroom because they're kids, or when I'm in bed or getting ready for bed, and they'll come back to like get another goodnight story or something like that, an extra little hug before bed, you know, then they'll see my hair uncovered. And it's not an issue. It's not a problem. I will say though, like my husband does not remember ever seeing his mother's hair. So it changes, like different people observe that differently. Okay, next question. Will my husband be in the room when I give birth? Yes, he will. He better be. Okay, next question. Does your community help with food after the birth? Yes, they do. My community totally rallies, does like a meal train, and they'll start it whenever I want them to start it. So like if I already have food taken care of for the first week after the baby's born or something, then they'll start it the week after that. So yeah, my community definitely pulls through, and I think that's pretty typical. Next question. How do your children and parents maintain a good relationship when your children can't eat anything at your parents' home? Well, there's a lot of things you can do besides eat food together. So they have a great relationship. My parents have a fantastic relationship with my entire family, including my children. And if we want to share a meal together, we'll just do it at my house. So, and we'll eat at their house, but we'll just bring our own food. Like if we know we're going to be at my parents' house at dinner time and everybody's going to be eating, I'll stop and grab some sushi or a pizza and I'll bring that for my kids to eat. They won't complain. They'd rather have that than whatever else is being served because it's their favorite foods. So yeah, we have a great relationship. We do other things. We go swimming together, camping together, hiking together, hanging out together. My mom's coming over later today and we're all gonna garden together. Like we have a great relationship and it doesn't have to revolve around food. They also do keep plenty of kosher snacks there available and paper plates and things like that. So my children aren't going hungry. So yeah, it's not an issue. Okay, so the last question we will do for this video is, does keeping kosher create tensions with your parents when you are together? I feel like we may have just answered that, sorry. No, it doesn't, at least as far as I know, but it's kind of hard for me to totally just speak for them. I'm just giving my perspective on the situation. So okay, and with that, we will call this video a close here for today. I will do another Q&A to answer some more of these questions because I hardly put a dent in all these awesome questions that you guys submitted. So thank you again for so many questions. I super appreciate that. With that, we'll call this video a close. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you have not yet subscribed and hit that bell so you don't miss any of your notifications. And please hit that like button. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed. I would super duper appreciate that so very much. All right, and with that, I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you in my next upload. That's Rabbi. Okay, that's my, I don't know what you call it. Okay, moving on. All right, next question. What are you growing in your garden this year? Oh, I answered that in the other video.